my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. Your girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck with porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around and get clapped for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars and it don't make sense. Y'all be sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash. Stack my coin, stack my coin.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live. Okay.
Do it live. Bloodalytics algo live, free lunar trading. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. This evening had to do a live stream for the new moon. I don't know if you guys know. The new moon starts. Crypto blood moon is tonight. Yes. I have my own moon. Thank you on the wall. So we're gonna take a look at the lunar cycle. This stuff is real. I'm telling you guys. I don't know why. Maybe the moon is actually a space shuttle after all. But we're going to look at the new moon using the very powerful Moonalytics system over on Bloodalytics.com right now. Go get it. So, if you click on Lunar, you'll see the Bloodalytics moon. I call it Moonalytics signal. Okay, I've got this paired and optimized for Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know it still says Bitcoin only, but I'm giving you the Ethereum one as well with this subscription. You'll see it work live tonight. We'll take a look at previous trades. But this will be the first stream that I'm able to actually do a live trade with the Moonalytics. It's a longer type of system. It's more of a swing trade system. So we will take a look at that this evening. Hit that like button. Share the stream as you guys come in. And let's get into it. Let's get into it. So we ended the cycle. Previous moon was up here on August 22nd. Or really Saturday, August 23rd. We went short though on Friday, just before the moon cycle, new moon phase. Boom, went short, and this was a hell of a trade right here, guys. This is a clean trade all the way through, from moon to moon. Now you may say, well, why do I need Moonalytics when I could just pop up? I think TradingView has a moon. Let's see. Moon phases. So TradingView has a moon phases indicator on you know, I guess it's free. You can add that to your chart. However, guess what the moon phase doesn't do for you on TradingView? It doesn't give you the exits. The exit is more important than the entry, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, if you're new to trading, you can have a bad exit, but have a good entry. I mean, you can have a bad entry, I should say, but a good exit. But you can't have a good entry and a bad exit. That don't work, right? You got to have a good exit. Matter of fact, that's all I'm saying. The exit matters more than anything. So you got to have a good exit on your trades. Now, again, this is a longer type of position. You're going to hold these positions for weeks, possibly, taking profit along the way. And that's where the Bloodalytics Moonalytics system comes into handy, comes into play, and comes into hand, because it helps you exit your position, not just enter your position. All right, because I'm gonna give you an example right here. Back on, we had a new moon, and see, I don't always go long on the moon. Sometimes I get in before the moon, like we had on August 8th. We got into this trade well before the actual moon. Not well before, but I'm being a little but a day before the new phase, we were long. We actually were double long. We went long here. Zoom in so you can see this. Went long here. Added a second long in right here. And the new moon phase was right here. The green dot, which indicates a bullish sentiment. So we were able to scale out of our positions on the way up. If you just would have traded the moon by itself, you most likely would have stopped out, because entering the trade here, you wouldn't have known where to get out up here. And if you just would have held from moon to moon phase, you would have, it dropped 4.5% before we got the new moon phase. And then we actually continue downward, but you would have been stopped out. You're not, who's trading a 5% stop loss? That's damn near Monte Carlo simulation. You just trading, just wide open, like come on now. You got to have some fixed stops on your trades. So yeah, that's the edge you get with incorporating the moon cycles with my proprietary signaling for exiting or taking profits on your trades. Again, if you're not familiar with the system, this is how it looks on the charts. When you get the subscription, you'll have your buys and longs. That's understandable. But the L and S chicken signals, okay, are going to be your take profits, your 50% take profits. Those are indicating your 50% take profits on your trades. All right. Let me see if I can actually, no, I can't. For some reason, I'm unable to increase the font size on the chart. Let me try to go here really quickly and maybe go into more settings. And let's look in here really quickly and see if we can find how to increase the font size of the trade. So trading, let's go to trading. I'm not seeing a font size. I'm gonna have to increase that in the code and redeploy. But at any rate, yeah, I'm not seeing anything on font sizes in here. I might have to do it from the code. But I'll look in Pine Script and try to figure out if I can increase the font size of these areas where we take profit. But the S chicken right there, boom, 50% of your profits taken off that double short right there, boom. Took some more TPs. The TPs are your 25% take profits along the way through the cycle of your trade. I'm a firm believer in taking profits through your trade, and that's why I designed my system that way. You're always going to have consistent take profits, locking in gains, and minimizing losses. So we are going to be going long here today on the Moonalytics signal with a this version of it doesn't have what the actual take profit. It has a take profit target, but percentage wise, I don't know what that is. Let's see. So the percentage wise on this take profit is 1%, 1.1%. Might as well say 1.1% risk on this trade. Okay, so we'll nibble on this in today's session. This is a 1 hour chart, so we don't have to rush on this. We most likely will get a pullback at some point, and if the conditions are right, we will get a second go short alert, or even a turbo short, which is even more a higher probability short within the cycle of that trade. So either conditions could be met for an additional or double downing of your trades on that particular trade. All right, so that's and we move our stop losses to as well. I have it intelligently moved the stop losses to avoid stop hunting, which the markets are always trying to do. Because if we would have kept this short with the same stop loss, we would have got stopped out right after. Like on this chart, on this bar here, we would have got stopped out. All right, so we move it up through the trade, or if we place a new trade. So make sure you check your charts to make sure you see up where the updated stop loss levels are, and you may need to adjust that on your end as well. I did not, and let me know if you still want this, but I was planning on making the DGen trade of the week, which was your World Finance, what is it? World Liberty Finance token, which is the new Donald Trump phenom. It's been getting slaughtered big time. Where did I say? Oh, I saved it under my alpha signals. So this DGen one-off signal will be available on Bloodalytics. I just never made it public, but it will be available tonight. You'll be able to get this signal. It's not going to be your normal price. Very, very way cheaper, because the reason is it came out Monday, so the risk of it not holding up is higher, because this is based on very low amounts of data, historical data, right? We only have 1 week's worth. So it looks good with 1 week's worth. Okay. Sorrento ratio is going crazy on this bad boy, but we know that's all going to come down a little bit. But when I make it public, I will update it every Sunday. So if you subscribe to this particular World Liberty Finance token signal, you will rest assured you will get a updated and recalibrated signal every Sunday to help you through the week for the following week. All right, so just keep that in mind. But this thing took off after the weekend. We closed our trades. This was a successful big trade right here. I took this trade on MGBX, made like $400 or $500 right here on this one on MGBX. But this trade I took so almost 4% on that trade. I wish I would have put more on there, but I'm just dipping my toe as well in this signal as well, because it's very, very new. So I'm very cautious on it. So I'm not putting a lot of money on it. But we will begin trading this pair again at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I'm gonna get this up tonight. If you guys want to subscribe for his month to month or yearly, but I wouldn't do yearly. I would do month to month. But try it out. See how it works for you. This is an opportunity to make some big money though, because these types of coins, the percentage moves are crazy. So when you get it right, you're talking about a 4, 5, 6, even 7% move in your favor. So if let's just go through the numbers, and we'll get back to the Moonalytics signal here in a minute. We got time for that one. But let's just say you put 10,000 on a trade. 5%. That's $500-$600, $500 on a trade. You put 100,000 on a trade. I don't even know if I would put that much on a trade, but you talking about $5,000. I wouldn't put that much on the trade, but hey, you are the DGen. This is not financial advice. It's for educational purposes only, ladies and gentlemen. Crypto City in the building. Again, Hyben in the house. He was first early bird. He's going to get the worm. Anything Click said, we did or pump. I'm going to go through that tonight. Stick around. I'll give you my thesis on which direction we're going. You might be surprised. You might be surprised, my friend. You might be surprised. So you may be asking, will I be able to see this blood moon tonight? No, you won't. No, you won't. Sorry. Won't. I'm gonna tell you why. Tell you why. Let's see if I can pull it up. Again, hit that like button, ladies and gents. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Exactly what I was looking for. All right, so this is the blood moon viewing for the globe tonight. So, U.S. Sorry, buddy.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Blood moon is not coming for you tonight. All of the U.S. will miss this bad boy. So this will be a Eurasia, Africa, everywhere but the U.S. What does that mean? Is that saying something? Do we, I believe in this, this lunar shit, the astrological, whatever you call it. I believe in that stuff, man. Brian says we need more Sunday surprise show. All right, man. Shout out to Brian. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Fed cuts coming up. Quad witching coming up on the 15th, 19th. A lot of expirations going on. Good point. Hiding. A lot of volatility. A lot of volatility coming up this, not this week, but next week. Okay. So these are things to keep in mind, but what we're looking at, and I want to get your opinion and feedback on this. What does it mean that the blood moon is skipping the entire Western Hemisphere? That's got to mean something. Caribbean left out too. Something's going on, guys. I don't know what this may mean. I know this, this one guy I look at, he talks about heightened earthquake activity. Okay, we had a huge earthquake over in, not Pakistan. Where is this? Where is Islamabad? Where is that? That's in Islamabad is in Afghanistan? I think Islamabad is in Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken. It was a huge, like 8.5. Biggest earthquake in a long time. It was up there. Like, you guys know how the earthquake scale, the Richter scale works, right? Like an 8.0 and a 8.5 is like, what do they say, like 7 times more power. 8.5 is like 7 times more powerful than an 8. So it's exponential. It's not how you might think it rates. It might be 10 times. So big earthquake happened. Hyman said, I believe it too. Everything is linked, and it wouldn't be an indicator if it has some real legs. Yeah. Yeah, very true. Very true. Islamabad is in Pakistan. Okay. I think that's where the big one was. Let me see. Let's look really quickly. We got time today. We got time today, ladies and gents. Most recent biggest earthquake is a relative term, but if considering magnitude, there was an 8.8 earthquake in Russia Peninsula in January of this year. The largest in 14 years. Okay, so the second largest though is what I'm talking about then, because it was an 8 point something. Let's look at this site. Okay, no. Okay, look at all this activity in Afghanistan. How do I rank it by magnitude though? Because it's not ranked by magnitude right now. 8.8. Okay, that was the one. Okay, yeah, okay. So they were wrong. AI was wrong on that one. So, and I thought this was more recent, or maybe it happened back in July as well. But I've got January as well. I've got July 29th this month or this year. We had one in the peninsula of Russia as well. But there was an 8 point something one that just happened. Okay, how about I just do this and stop being a boomer? No, shade or thrown to the boomers out there. I'm just gonna do an 8 point search and see what comes up. Nothing. I'm pretty sure there was an 8 point something that just happened in the Middle East. Let's see. 8 magnitude in I'm gonna do Pakistan. Nope, that's not it. Not talking about that one. Maybe I'll do in Middle East. Let's see. Nope, that's not it either. Whatever, man. 6 days ago. Afghanistan. Here we go. Found it. Just as I was about to quit. See, this is why you never quit, ladies and gents. You keep going. You keep going. Yeah, the 8.8 happened in Russia last month, but it was an 8.5 or something like that happened, I believe. This is the one I'm talking about in Afghanistan. Let's see. How we went down this rabbit hole, I have no clue. I was talking about blood moon and it covering most of Asia Minor, and let me see here. It's not giving me the magnitude. Quake of 6. Nah, that's not it. Whatever though. Whatever the case might be. Unfortunately, man, this stuff is crazy. It kills so many people. Man, unfortunate. But at any rate, we're talking about blood moon tonight. It is showing over here all of the eastern hemisphere. Okay, so it's going down, and we all know that blood, moons, lunar cycles, period, have an effect on financial markets, because it's all about energies, right, and waves and gravitational pulls. That's all energy. That's all frequency. So it affects humans. It affects the oceans. It affects the crust of the earth. It affects everything. Your mood. That's why your wife going crazy right now. I'm just saying. Blood moon. Don't blame crypto blood. Blame blood moon. All right. So we're trading that tonight. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's place a trade. Let's go ahead and place a trade tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Are you thinking a black swan event is going to happen because we are left out of the blood moon? Yeah. Hyben, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert on this. As far as how often it happens where it perfectly excludes the Western Hemisphere. How often does it happen? And there's no way for us to know. Let me see here. Does it show on? Okay, all right. So look. Okay, let's do this. How do we? Okay, let me go back. What is the blood moon called? What's the actual scientific term? This is a total lunar eclipse, so maybe I should look for that. Total lunar eclipse. Those are the blood ones, right? Yeah, those are the blood moons. So whoop. Okay, good. Look. So I'm able to this is great. This is great. So at least from what I'm seeing, the next 5. So this is this one today. Look at the maps to the right there. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. Look at the maps to the right for each one. So this is the next total lunar blood moon. It's going to cover mostly the Pacific Ocean, right? It's kind of just Pacific Ocean related. The next one in December is mostly Asia. Oh, it tells you. So Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, North America, but very little. Like that's over there, and looks like it's covering a little bit of Alaska. And then you have one, oh, that's in that's a year from, okay, so the March one is next year. The December one is in 28. That's interesting. The December one in 2000 at the end of 2008 is literally like on New Year's. That's interesting. Even though we know that's a Gregorian calendar, I don't know how much power that holds. Probably none. June 25th to 20. So this is interesting to see. Let's look at the December one of 2029. Yeah, like it covers a lot of the US. It covers most of the so this may be special, honestly. So they don't always line up the same. So yeah, I think we should really consider why we're seeing such a tight band on where this is going to be located this time. Is perfectly excluding the US, like to a T, damn near. That means something. That means something. Moon already affects those things normally. Like you said, blood moon got to be more. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. And seeing that it's not covering us, man, we're not covered by the blood. Lord Jesus, help us. We're not covered by the blood. We're not being covered by the blood of Jesus. This is not a good sign. But in the meantime, you can make you some money while while we falling off the face of the earth. So we'll be trading tonight. Moonalytics, lunar cycle signal. And again, this signal is going to help you navigate in between each of these lunar phases that occur every 15-ish days, right? So let's what happened to our moons? Oh, I'm not on the moon signal. I'm on World Liberty Finance. Shout out to World Liberty. I'm like, where's the moon? All right, so let's take a look at the moon phase, the Moonalytics signal for today. So we're going long. I'm setting my stop loss at 109.7 6671. And I'll zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. Stop loss, current stop loss, 109,766.71. That's where we're setting our stop losses for this trade here. And again, we may enter double down on the trades, which if we actually end up double downing on the trade, we're going to get a movement of the stop loss to help mitigate any stop hunting. Okay, but you know, you'll need to have the signal to get that. I'm giving you the free trade, the entry tonight. We'll see how it pans out. But again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, it ain't about the entry, it's about the exit. You need to know where to exit your positions, or how to, what we call, scale out of your position. That's the most important part. So we'll enter the trade tonight. And any Moonalytics subscribers will get all of the management signals you can set up. Now you can set up your signals. Go to bloodalytics.com, go to videos, and on the right hand side, this video will give you a quick rundown on how to set up trading view alerts with any of the signals that you purchased. This is the full guide, tutorial guide to the left. This is the Bloodalytics trading view alert setup to the right. Specifically just that. That's kind of like what people have been asking. Like, how do I set up alerts? I don't want to be looking at the screen all day. Well, there you go. There you have it. Now, depending on your level, your account level on TradingView will determine how many alerts you're allowed to have actively open. And so on and so forth, some other features as well. So that's for your reference. All right. So very interesting, possibly epic scenario lined up tonight, guys. This blood moon completely skips over the U.S. and Donald Trump. Oh, and Joe Biden. Oh, and Barack Hussein Obama. All them. I'm just saying. And you too, if you're in the U.S. We're getting skipped over tonight. You should feel left out. You should feel left out for sure. So let's go ahead and place this trade. I'm going to go over here. I'm already on. Oh, nice little pullback too on the. Now this is on the 1 minute, so that ain't meaning nothing, but we're going to go ahead and add this bad boy on here. I still got this BNB trade open, up $200 on that one, but we're going to set ourselves up for a nice little trade here, see what happens. I'm going to do about 20, I'll do 20,000 on this long on Bitcoin. Just like that. And look, I done moved the market a little bit. Amen. Hallelujah. Little movement of the market with 20,000. That should be of concern. I'll talk about later this week my concerns about crypto. I think we're in for a rude awakening. I was listening to some analyst, and he was breaking it down how Bitcoin is in for, and he predicted 100K, but he said it's in for potential 90% move down. And he explained all the reasons why. And about how many reasons he gave, about 3 or 4 good ones. And of the 3 or 4, I think 3 of them I had already, this is what I've been preaching. One being MicroStrategy. I've been telling y'all MicroStrategy is going to be the downfall of Bitcoin this cycle. And all of the other quote unquote Bitcoin treasury companies. See that type of talk, man. I'm an OG in the crypto space, man. I'm telling you, like, a Bitcoin treasury company that trades publicly is diabolical. Like, there's no yield on return. Like, how do you make money off that? When I see stuff like that, it really makes me think the top is in. Real talk. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's gonna be I told you so situation. I'm telling you. We only have one candle, small God candle coming in the morning. Mike Saylor seems to be buying tomorrow. Not sure if you've seen the post. I didn't see that. I didn't see that, bro. We got an alert on. All right, so you know what time it is. We got to set that stop loss. The most important part, you got to protect your neck in these crypto streets. All right, so let's start. Let's go ahead and do that. So 109. 109. 766. 766. Not 71. Stop loss in. Good question, Brian. Even if it drops 50 to 90%, would you? Great asset to own, but boy, is it really a good one to own. 60 to 70, 80% lower than where it is today. Yeah, that's a blessing. That's manna from heaven. God has blessed us if we get the opportunity to buy Bitcoin 60 to 70% on discount, which I think is coming. I do. I think we might even get closer to that 90 range, to be honest with you. Because you got to think, in normal cycles, Brian, Bitcoin, I've seen 6 cycles now, I think about 6. In normal cycles, we've seen Bitcoin correct 75%, 80%. With no extraneous, like, just normal cycle behavior. You see a 60 to 80%, 60 to 75% move down. So if you have a situation where you got a forced liquidation event scenario from not only Michael Saylor, but I didn't realize that Donald Trump is like the 6th biggest holder of Bitcoin in his treasury company. So you got these treasury companies that are going to really just freaking rip the faces off of longs. So, yeah, man. I'm a big fan of H-Bar. Got some H-Bar. Been a huge fan for a long time. And a holder for a long time. Years and years and years. So, H-Bar is a great one. But unfortunately, Brian, no crypto will be untouched. No crypto will be spared when this liquidation, Bitcoin liquidation, occurs. And that's why I think you're starting to see Wall Street, like, they're finally admitting it with their dollars, with their actions, and they're rotating out of Bitcoin into Ethereum, hoping to hide there. And sure, that will, you can hide there. But what they don't realize is that even hiding there, you're still going to get your nuts clipped. Still going to get hit hard. But you're seeing portfolio rotations out of Bitcoin into inflows into your Ethereum ETFs and such. So you're starting to see Wall Street do it now because they're starting to see the writing on the wall, which Crypto Blood has been saying was there for over a year and a half now. With our very smart and intellectual Michael Saylor and his strategy. Pun intended there. I personally think we already had that drop this year in April. I don't think we're going under 100K again. Oh boy. Oh, Hyben. Oh my God. Come on, Hyde. Come on, man. You seriously, bro? You should have kept that to yourself. Now that you've said that, you know the market is about to prove you wrong. Let's screenshot this, y'all. Hyben said not going under 100K ever again. That's a strong statement. So that means, because you have to understand, Hyben, Bitcoin literally is almost a negative correlation to the VIX. Like the correlation is so opposite. It's almost 100%. Almost at -1 correlation with the VIX. So you're telling me we will no longer get any spikes in volatility in the volatility index ever again. We won't see a spike like we saw during COVID, where the VIX hit what, 70 something. We won't see that. We won't see Trump just put a warning now. He's about to add new sanctions to Russia. So we won't see any type of escalation of war. We won't see a recession. We won't see. Nah, bro. I can't see us not having no issues in the financial markets and this is with the huge manipulation that we're going. This is with the plunge protection team going in heavy. I can't see it not having us having no hiccups. There you go. No doubt. I'm with you. Still a win if it goes under. You get to buy cheaper Bitcoin. I'm with you there. And that's what I think is going to happen. But we shall see, my friend. We shall see. So we are locked and loaded into our Lunar Blood Moon Moonalytics trade for the week. We locked and loaded. All right. And we'll check on this trade throughout the week. 1% is kind of a tight stop for swing trades. But it's not the system doesn't just stop us out. We kind of flow with it. We'll reverse course and go the other way if need be. So it's dynamic. As you guys will see here, you'll see now. I'll point out we're never flat in this strategy, meaning we're never neutral. We're never out of a position. So we're either long or short at all times. All right, so it's an active and very dynamic trading system. So keep that in mind. So we'll see how that pans out for us in the coming days and weeks. All right, again, Bloodalytics.com. You guys are interested. We've been getting more signups for the Scalpalytics Pro Bitcoin Ethereum signal. Huge things coming with Bloodalytics. We're going to get the Telegram room back active, so you guys can share your parameters, knowledge share, build upon what I've built, make it better, make it stronger, make it faster. Not faster, but more accurate, more profitable if you can. And I'll be in there to answer questions as well. I hate Discord. I have a Discord room that was for my YouTube channel. I don't know, man. What do y'all think? Dude, should I start up the Bloodalytics stuff in there, or should I keep it on Telegram as I had it before? I don't know. Still up for debate, but we will have the community room for Bloodalytics back up and running this week. All right, so you can ask questions, knowledge share, and do whatever else you dare. in there. All right. So stay tuned for that. Anyone who is a member, you'll get an email regarding this update and where to join. All right, I think that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. Blood Moon is here. Unfortunately, we got skipped over it here in the Western Hemisphere. It sounds, at least the upcoming ones, we have not seen this. So this seems to be very unique here. I'm just going to, before we wrap up, I'm going to go on over to the historical and go from 2000 and just skim through here and see on the charts if we've ever had a total skippage of the US like we're having right now. No, I'm I'm not seeing. I'm looking at 10 years from 2000 to 2009 to 09. Let's go to 10 to 19. I need to get Waters Above's opinion on this. 10 to 19. I have not seen yet a sequence where it has skipped all of the Western Hemisphere. The one in 19 was all of the Western Hemisphere, so that's interesting. Let's go to 20. Because 20 was COVID. 20. We had a blood moon in May of 21. So nothing in 20, huh? Oh, that's interesting. We didn't have a blood moon in 20. Oh, that might be telling. So a total. Oh, wow. Look at, I'm decoding something. So if the whole globe didn't have a blood moon in 20, which was, hold on guys, let me just go back to total lunar eclipse. Why isn't it showing it? Let's see. Let's go. Total lunar. All right, total lunar. So if we haven't had, so if in 2020, which was when COVID broke out, the whole globe didn't have a blood moon. So I'm equating that to a negative thing where we don't have a blood moon, right? The whole globe, Earth was skipped of a blood moon, and we had one of the worst pandemics we've seen in 200-300 years, right? 200 years. So if the Western Hemisphere gets skipped in this blood moon for this cycle, now it doesn't mean the whole year. I think a whole year of not having one is more impactful than skipping one lunar phase or lunar cycle, right? I would say. So I would say that's a way bigger. So, but I'm just saying a skippage of the blood moon. I'm just, this is real anecdotal, but I'm equating it to a negative outcome, albeit large or small. It might be a negative thing here that we're being skipped on this blood moon entirely, because we were skipped. The whole globe was skipped for a whole year in 2020 when COVID happened. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I'm dropping some real woo-woo for you tonight, ladies and gents. Hit that like button for the woo-woo. I'm giving you the woo-woo. I'm giving you the woo-woo. Brian asked, thoughts on Bitcoin forking again? Not gonna matter. Now you're thinking, Crypto City. I was just about to end. And then you came with that. Let's go ahead and ask AI because it'd be too hard for me to look through it. Look, that's a great one right there, bro. Round of applause to Crypto City for asking. When's the next time we have a whole year skippage of a blood moon? Do I even want to know the answer? Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. All right, let's see. This is crazy, yo. Look at this. Let me get over to this so you guys can see this. There is no upcoming instance where the calendar year has 0 total lunar eclipses. A year without a total lunar eclipse is not particularly rare, but it is not happening in the immediate future. This is interesting, man. Wow. So I don't know when another one is coming. It doesn't. AI is telling me. Now, you know. Hold on now. Let's filter through a couple different. Let's go over to Grok. Let's go to Grok. We're gonna run it through a couple of them. Let's go to Grok. Oh, Grizok. Well, so in 2000, now this is still good. This is good sauce right here. In 2027, there are going to be no total lunar eclipses or total blood moons, but there will be a partial blood moon on February 20th, and another one on August 16th. So we'll see a partial. Thus, 2027 is the next year without a total, meaning the Earth skips a blood moon for that entire calendar year. Oh, man. Crazy, bro. Round of applause for Crypto City cracking the code. So get ready. 2027 is going to be a year to remember. Wow. It's going to be some turbulence, y'all. And in 27, it's going to be, you heard it here first on Crypto Bloods, Bloodalytics, live stream. This is amazing. But even worse is that 2020 didn't have one at all. I don't think it had even a partial. It had none. And you saw what happened. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Like, subscribe, share this stream. More people need to hear about this. So I need your help to promote it and show it. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Special Sunday night live stream. We traded the free. It was free for you. We traded Lunar trade tonight. Yeah, we on it, baby. We on it. We traded. We went long on Bitcoin on the new blood moon that happened tonight. we'll see how that pans out for us. You can follow these trades at bloodalytics.com. And if you want, in particular, you want the Moonalytics, all you gotta do is go to Signals at the top and go to Lunar and get that Moonalytics signal so you can have accurate exits on this trade and other ones. Every 15 days or so we have a new moon phase, so it will keep up to date with that and give you what you need. Also got the Scalpalytics Pro packages here for you, pre-configured for Bitcoin and Ethereum. You'll get 2 of those signals for $44.99 a month. We got the Solana BNB and the SUI. And again, I will have the community rooms up and running this week as well, so you can share your parameters. You can add these links or these signals to any chart that you like and configure them how you want and backtest them and do all that good stuff. So that's all at your disposal at bloodalytics.com. Shout out to Crypto City for cracking the code there tonight. I know, bro. I know. 2027, a lot of people are lining up for a bad, like economically a lot of stuff happening in 27. That's what's so crazy about it. That's what's so crazy about it. Oh, that is crazy. We cracked the code, y'all. Woo! I'm gonna have to figure out how I can code in there for not for how can I do that? A total lunar. So I got to figure out how to add in total lunars, total lunar eclipses, which are your blood moons, right? And so if no total lunar during the calendar period, I need to put that on the damn signal. I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna update it. Round of applause. Shout out to Crypto City for that one. Hit that like button, share this stream. Thanks for joining tonight. Go ahead and follow me on YouTube and also on X, CryptoBlood_. All right, we out of here, people. Holla.
Yeah, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. Your girl is a dot, she all on my groin. She blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my trap, they calling law. Fuck around and you clap for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars, then it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.